Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of Superman, the Silver Age Omnibus. This is volume 1. Hopefully there'll be some volume 2, volume 3 at some time. It's been a long time coming, I must admit. This has only just come out about March 2024. I paid about £48, I think, for it. You can see on the back it's $100 there. So obviously probably the price varies a bit. It comes with a lot of great stuff. You've got there Action Comics, you can see 241 to 265, and then Superman 122 to 137. Also, it's got a forward, and unfortunately, no extra material. But I love the design here. You can see on the back all the comics that are included, all the Action Comics, as well as, of course, Superman covers. Now, very small, but luckily they also include them in the book. Now, already got this. This is brilliant. This was the first of the black and white showcase ones. Absolutely lovely, 500 pages. Well, this one's about 820, so the material is a bit more in this than in this. But I love the black and white, so I will be definitely keeping the black and white version as well. Let's go through the book itself. It's great. I love it. Nice quality book, as always with these DC ones. Well, certainly recently anyway. Early on, I had quite a few that were really bad, and you can see now, look at that, so much nicer than previously. I had other ones like the Adam Strange one, which really bad condition now, very warped and distorted on that, but this one definitely not. Superman Silver Age, you can see there, starts 1958 to 1960, I believe, so you can see all the details of the various people involved. And let's get to the actual stories, and there's lots of stories, so you've got most are like 5-10 pages, that sort of thing, and it's a mixture of various characters. Obviously Supergirl there, Crypto, and many others. Lex Luthor, of course, all those sort of ones. Now, the stories are in most places quite repetitive because there's a lot of stories where Lois is trying to work out, is Clark Kent Superman, or there's kryptonite, and those sort of things. It's all the time. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you can see there's a lot of, and it mentions there some obviously details of various stories, Kandor, I should say, Kandor, wherever that is. Action Comics and Superman. They're super key to Fort Superman. I always love his fortress. It's like this places he goes, he's got underwater area to get into as well. Big signs, so you know exactly where you're going. So, but obviously it says, do not come in kind of thing. Really. But still, obviously only Superman get it, except when other people want to get in there as well. You can see Batman there as well. And Secret of the Space Souvenirs. There's loads of great stories all the way through this. Superman, the White House, in the White House. And of course, it's often Olsen's sort of dream sequences that they would use, which I thought was quite fine. I don't know why other stories like Marvel Comics didn't use that occasionally. Oh, have a dream sequence where Spider-Man is suddenly in the White House, or XYZ. Professor X is the President of America. They could have done all those sort of stories. They didn't, but still. Also, sometimes they just get a bit daft, but they're great. I love them. They must have had a long list of Superman becomes this, Superman loses. That's how I do it, like 4,000 list of everything you can think of possibly that Superman could do. You're never going to run out of ideas for stories. Superman becomes a lion or whatever. Again, all sorts of ridiculous stories, but absolutely thoroughly enjoyable. There's of course Clark Kent lifting that, of course, and then he must be Superman, and then it revealed, I don't know what the reason was, but there's obviously going to be some reason that suddenly. Because I haven't read all of them. That's the great thing about these books. I love them, but I would very rarely read them, particularly in order, unless they're obviously something where it really makes a sense to read in order. Because the stories, there's not a sort of like, you must read X and then read Y, read Z. But you can see all the various things. Obviously, there's an underwater story there as well. And the colours, the restoration is absolutely fine. It's not garish, I don't think, compared with Marvel ones. I love the Marvel ones. I'm not saying I don't love the Marvel ones. I've got lots of them. Thoroughly enjoy them. But I do think this is much nicer format. Not as nice as the Atlas Comic Library ones. I love those, I think. And as well as the Taschen ones. Love the Taschen books. They're brilliant, other than the size. I always think that I wish the Taschen ones would be slightly smaller, but it's because it's much bigger than this and a lot heavier to actually pick up. But I do love them. And then you've got, obviously, there, Polar Bear, everything appears in these stories. You've got Superman, Champion, Metropolis there. You can see it's really nice quality stories. And if you're a fan of Silver Age material, now not everyone I know loves Silver Age, but I think they're just great. They're fun. You have to take them with a pinch of salt because You can pick holes all the way through. The kryptonite ones especially. Times I always think there's millions of ways that Superman could resolve the kryptonite problem, but he never does. For a super brain, he seems to think, oh, it suddenly collapses every time someone puts a rock. You think, no, surely you would have thought of some way around that. And obviously in this case he has. He's got a sort of armour that he uses there. Well, he's even got a TV antenna, maybe watch Netflix or something. Maybe he's got streaming services and those sort of things. Who knows? But then, of course, you've got this guy. I'm not even going to say his name. Backwards or forwards, I'm not going to say his name. I don't know. Is it fifth dimension? Whatever it is. I think that's a rule, isn't it? He's set up because it seems to have a... So it's not something that I think that acts, he goes back. But it's even got gorillas, of course, in this story. Actually, that's one I'm looking forward to, the DC Finest. I'm really looking forward to that series. They've got a gorilla world. That should be good. See all the stories. Though I suspect, again, they're the ones from Strange Adventures, so they're the ones that have been in Showcase. But I'm still looking forward to those ones. You got Supergirl there, of course. Some of the Supergirl ones are great. I've also got the Supergirl Omnibus ones that are brilliant. I love those stories. And there is Supergirl's greatest victory. And his gain, he's got yet more kryptonite. So many blocks of kryptonite. You think he'd spent some time just getting some robots to go out and pick up all the kryptonite in the world. But no, there's Bizarro, of course. He's on trial. And that's... it's not going to show every single bit of this book because this is an amazing book. Really worth picking up. Real quality book from DC. Let's hope there is a volume 2. I haven't seen any announcement. Please put in the comments below if you know of a volume. It's like lots of these other ones. I mean, I'd assume Wonder Woman, volume 3. I've got volume 2. Also, of course, Batman 1, 2, 3, 4. I assume all these things will be coming out. Or Batman has, but obviously not volume 2. So at this point, Wonder Woman. Wonder why Wonder Woman's got volume 2 and none of the others, the big names, haven't. But of course you've got the Green Lantern, Flash ones. But they were ages ago. Ages and ages ago. So this is just an amazing book. Really glad that they finally got around to doing Superman. I suppose because of the Golden Age ones and they were going through all those, that it took a bit of time to finally get around to do the Superman ones. So I love it. Great. I'll definitely be looking for future volumes of this. Superman, Silver Age, Omnibus, Volume 1. Really worth picking up.